Guys, today we've got what might become one of the most expensive Jordans of the entire year. The Lego and Nike collaboration is looking better than we thought, and the Off-White Nike collab is fully back. Welcome to Sneaky Sunday. How has your weekend been? It was a relatively quiet one. We'll go through a little bit of a recap. The Kobe 6 Dodgers dropped on the 30th. Let me know if anybody grabbed those. And then also for you guys out in the US, you had the Jordan 3 Rare Air, which dropped ages ago for the rest of the world. They're actually really solid. With that being said, we're not gonna waste too much time today. We're going to get straight into it, starting off with a collaboration that's going to be dropping tomorrow, and it looks pretty interesting. And that is Kith's new Superman collaboration. Some pieces I think look good, other pieces a little bit questionable. So like I said, this is going to be dropping on the 2nd of June, that is tomorrow, and I think the flagship, the front thing that I've been seeing is this jacket over here, which, yeah, blue and red, quite bold. This is the one that I have the most questions about because it kind of looks a little bit like an H&M Superman collab. You know, that's something they would do. But the t-shirts and the other jackets look pretty dope, like this one over here, this black jacket, nice, muted. It looks like the same material, like a track jacket as the other one, just less colorful. Big Superman logo on the back. This jacket looking crazy. I quite like that one. Whole graphic on the back. But I think the best stuff comes with the t-shirts and the hoodies. Like this one, the like comic book art, that looks dope. That crew neck's not bad. T-shirts, yeah, this is where like I actually like this stuff. I think this stuff is very, very well done. There's a ton of pieces to choose from. So yeah, if you're into Superman, if you want to pick up any Kith collabs, this is all going to be dropping tomorrow. Let me know what you're going to be copping, if anything, but let's keep it moving. This one kind of came out of nowhere, but Salehe Bembury is going to be dropping his friends and family Crocs, I think, as like a general release. So it's this camo pair, which we have seen leaked and rumored for quite a while now, and I always was hoping to get a release of these. It looks like it's finally happening because they're going to be dropping on beasponge.com, which is Salehe Bembury's website, on June the 5th. So I don't know why they're still calling this friends and family. Doesn't that kind of like, if you're going to be dropping them on the website, doesn't that make them a general release? I'm not entirely sure. Maybe they're just calling it the friends and family colorway because it's something they made ages ago just for friends and family, and now they're doing a GR release. Either way, it's a really cool pair. I love the real tree camo color on these Crocs, and yeah, I'm sure they're going to be pretty damn limited. We're not even entirely sure if they're going to get a crocs.com release. Just looks like now they're just going to be dropping on beasponge.com, so we'll have to wait and see. Fingers crossed though, because I'd love to get my hands on these. Either way, June the 5th. We also just got a release date for the Air Jordan 1 Low Quai 54 collaboration, dropping June the 13th. Now we know these are the official images. Nothing crazy. I mean, it's definitely not bad. I do like the contrast stitching on them. I like the black and the yellow. It works. I just don't know if this would be a pair, considering how many crazy shoes we're getting in 2025, that I would go out and desperately pay 100 and what are these going for? 150, I think, is the retail price now. Materials are pretty much just a canvas material, some kind of fabric, and then suede for the rest of it. I don't know. These are going to be dropping on the 13th of June. Let me know if you're grabbing them. But a pair that is going to be flying and everybody's going to be going for is the Awake New York Air Jordan 5, which we did get some pretty rough news. They're limited to 7,000 pairs. Not only are they going to be insanely limited, each one is going to be numbered, as you can see on the reverse of the tongue. I don't know why this person scribbled out the number. Maybe they're not supposed to have it, but yeah, 7,000 pairs total. This is also a pair that Travis Scott posted to his story, which I know is going to get some of the hype beasts out going for these things. So essentially what we're saying is these are going to be pretty much impossible to get, and also be one of the most expensive shoes of this entire year. It just has to be. Like, this was already a collaboration that people were highly anticipating because it's so different. Like, there's so many different details on here that Awake New York did that I think is just truly unique to this collaboration. So the hype is next level. We do know that the pink pair is numbered. Maybe the black and the blue pair is going to be a little bit more widely available. We're not entirely sure. I hope so. Fingers crossed. These are going to be dropping August 16th. Let me know if you would like to pick these things up. The Air Jordan 3 Starfish is going to be dropping this summer, July the 12th apparently. I think these things kind of came out of nowhere, but I believe these are the official images, so it almost looks like some kind of linen canvas style material for the upper, and then instead of elephant print, you're getting this orange suede. It's got some of the age details. It's basically going to be that classic Starfish, like sail orange combination. Nothing too crazy with these. Definitely not a pair that I'd be going head over heels for. Maybe a cool little outlet pickup, hopefully, if they do go on sale. But yeah, personally, not going to be too excited about these. We did get an update on the Trophyroom Jordan 6 collaboration, which I think was originally scheduled to drop this month. Now we know that they're supposed to be dropping this full time instead. So still no freaking images of these, no leaked shots, not even any speculative mock-ups of what they could look like. But Q3 2025 is when they should drop. Now there's going to be two different colorways. The color codes are pretty much white crimson, black court purple, and then white infrared 23, black game royal. So again, yeah, we're not entirely sure. I will wait to see some like kind of mock-ups, but yeah, two colorways dropping this fall, just in case you still thought they were going to be dropping this month. They're not. It's later down the line. Man, I thought that this trend would have stayed on TikTok, but no, it is going fully out there. It is leaving TikTok and just embracing the rest of the world. Bootsonlysummer is actually a thing, and brands are trying to make it a thing that you can actually wear outside, because Nike just announced that they're dropping the Cryo Shot football shoe, but in a wearable way. Like, they're doing the exact same thing that we saw that Adidas did, where essentially they're dropping the football boots, but instead of walking on the spikes, the actual cleat, they just put some kind of transparent material around it. So you still get the look of a football boot, just without the impracticality of walking on studs. Here's the little teaser shot, the little teaser video that they dropped. You can see, yep, all of those spikes are encased in some kind of rubber, some kind of, I don't know, resin material. They're gonna try make it a little bit easier for you to walk around in your football boots casually. Now, not only this, but we did get an announcement that there's going to be a Pata collaboration also on the Cryo Shot. This one has the larger tongue, and these are the first images that we've seen. This one is a very bright orange, silver, and black colorway, which actually looks pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. This is pretty next level in terms of like the whole football shoe trend. It's obviously a lot better than wearing actual cleats walking around, because that's like literally insanely uncomfortable. Multiple brands are going to be jumping on this. We've got this one from New Balance. We've got a Jack Harlow collaboration on the 442. It's a little collaboration which honors playing soccer at Atherton High School, which is, I think this is him. God damn, he looks different there. These are going to be dropping summer 2025. We've got some shots of him wearing it. This one is a little bit less like, you know, an actual football boot. It's a little bit more like an indoor football boot, which is something that we've been seeing for a while with like the Nike T90s, the Adidas, they did a Predator version of it, but the football trend in casual wear is definitely going to be a huge thing this year. This is a pretty cool little update on the Air Jordan 1 shattered backboard. So we now know what the box looks like, and it is sick. Look at this. So it's now been pushed or delayed till August the 23rd, and it's going to be coming in a shattered box. We got a little video here of the actual box. Look at it. It's like covered in shattered glass. So they basically just like completely changed a regular Jordan 1 box and put this kind of cool print on it. It's dope. I really like this. They also did that with the insoles. They've got like this whole shattered backboard type graphic on the insoles, which is nice. These things are looking really cool. I'm a big fan of this colorway. I don't know how they're going to go in terms of like super, you know, hype and popularity, considering how the UNCs went. I think it's still a Jordan 1 at the end of the day. Now, Z Sneakerheads did put in this post, he made a little mention on the leather quality. Yeah, the leather is decent, but definitely not like the 2015s, which is, yeah, that's not good. I mean, the Chatter Backboards are known for their leather quality. I wish they continued that trend. It's a little bit unfortunate, but yeah, let me know what you guys think about this. Some people are saying that the box is a little bit better than the shoes. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. This one seems a little bit left field to me, but this is the first looks at the Air Jordan 5 35th anniversary. Obviously, we know that the Jordan 5s are celebrating their 35th anniversary. That's why we're getting so many crazy OG releases, like the Grape 5s are returning this month. But this is the actual, like, celebration 35th anniversary pair, and it's just a little bit left field. Like, I'm not saying it's necessarily a bad colorway. It's objectively fine, like mostly white. You've got the iced out outsole, got a bunch of pink accents. It's just, I don't know what the storytelling is behind this. Like, I don't think they've really said anything. Obviously, this is the first look, so Nike hasn't said anything about it. Either way, this is going to be dropping October the 11th. Let me know what you think about them. Do you like this colorway? Are you happy these are going to be dropping? But let's keep it moving. This one I feel like should have been a summer release, but this is the patent leather camo and pink Nike Air Force 1 low, which I think is just, it's a summer shoe. It definitely reminds me a lot of like something Bape would do. Come on. Obviously, I guess the patent leather definitely helps that, but these are the official images. They're going to be dropping this fall. I feel like this just, why didn't you just drop them a little bit earlier? Nothing too crazy about these. This is exactly what's going to be dropping. Like I said, official patent leather for all of the camo, and then some kind of nubuck material for the tan. Pink is also nubuck. It's actually a really nice colorway. I do like these things. No exact release date on them, just at some point fall 2025. So I imagine sort of, you know, on the closer end of fall, maybe August, September time. Speaking of fall Air Forces, we've just got first looks at the upcoming Nike Air Force 1 low Kobe Forever. These are now going to be dropping this fall. I think it was supposed to be earlier this year. Either way, this is it, covered in snake print material, as they should be. I think these are way better than the other ones. So it's kind of hard to see because this is all white, but you can see you've got the Kobe logo on the back. These panels over here, like around the toe box and I believe around the back panel, that is where you find the snake print, or maybe it's just completely covered. It's kind of hard to tell. You got the 24 and the 8 embroidered into the back, super thick, super big, so that's quite nice. And not only are we going to be getting this colorway, we're also going to be getting a purple pair, which, yeah, you can see a little bit more details on here, covered in that snake print material, which I think looks pretty decent. I definitely prefer the white pair, but I get it, the purple, like if you're a Lakers fan or anything like that, you probably prefer the purple one. I don't know, let me know down in the comment section. Pretty clean. I think these are dope. They're definitely gonna fly. I think these are better than the first Kobe Forces that we saw earlier this year, was it? Or maybe end of last year? Either way, two pretty clean pairs. Right, let's talk about Lego and Nike for a minute, because earlier this week, we just got a pretty big announcement. To recap, for anybody who's out of the loop, this is what they most recently dropped. It's a Nike Dunk Lego set, 1,180 pieces. You've got a Nike Dunk High, you've got a basketball, and an entire display. You've even got a little Lego guy over here with a basketball head. They also debuted the pair of shoes, which is the Air Max DN, this one over here, all over yellow. They also announced they're going to be doing a pair of Dunks, which is this one over here. They're kind of taking that sketch look, which in all honesty, this is a bit of a underwhelming pair of Dunks, because this is like a custom that people were doing for ages, years ago. So now Nike releasing it just seems a little bit lazy, like just taking some of what the customizers were doing in like freaking 2020 and then throwing it on this pair. It also looks, it also looks patent leather? Is that what's going to be going on with these? Either way, what definitely excites me the most is the Dunk set. The fact that they're actually doing a Lego set is really, really cool. This, I think, is actually like way closer to a lot of those AI images that we were seeing than I thought Nike would do. And I think this kind of opens the door for a bunch of other really cool stuff in the future. This Dunk, it has like a little detachable toe cap over here where you can add like extra laces to it, so you can hide like the little extra pieces. I'm just excited for the future of this collaboration. I think this is pretty dope. I don't know if the Dunk one would be my pick, but like it definitely is a proof of concept to be like, okay, they're doing Lego sets. What could we see in the future? A pair of Fire Red 4s, Black Cat 4s, a pair of Jordan 11s, some other Nike models. I think it could be pretty dope, and I hope they continue in this direction. So the Lego Nike Dunk set is available now to pre-order on lego.com, and then it's going to have a global release through the Nike sneakers app and a bunch of different places on July the 1st. And then the Lego Air Max DN is going to be dropping August 1st, and then the actual Dunk Low that we took a look at is September 1st. So they're fully rolling out this thing. We also have confirmation that there is going to be a lot more sets in the future, so fingers crossed, they're good ones. Let me know what you think about the Lego Nike collaboration. Do you like it after seeing all of these first looks, or is it an L for you? This one's pretty insane. I might actually have to sit up for this one. As we know, we're getting the Jordan 1 Off-White collaboration later on this year, the Alaska colorway, basically the return of the Euro Jordan 1s. And now we just got confirmation that they're going to be dropping the Sesame colorway of the Nike Air Force 1 Off-White collaboration, this pair right over here. Now, this is a significant little detail because as we see, like all of these colorways have been leaked and rumored in the past. Like some of them have dropped. I think this black one, the white one, the blue, the yellow, the green, they've all released, but some of these have not, like this sesame colorway, and now we know that they're actually dropping them. This opens the door for the entire collaboration completely. Like we know they're doing the Jordan 1s. What else are they going to bring back? Probably a lot more. Like a lot of people speculated. I said there's no way Nike and Jordan Brand are just bringing back one pair of shoes. They're gonna bring back everything. Could we see all of these Air Forces eventually release, like this orange pair, this maroon pair, this green pair, some of the ones with the overlaces? Potentially. Speaking to this specific sesame one, it's going to be dropping fall 2025. Some images basically popped up where there's actual people with them, like resellers have these things early. So there's a bunch of different pairs that exist. Now, I think it was originally intended to be a Qatar exclusive, so it might potentially stay that way for $150 and only release in Qatar. I mean, as we know, most of these Air Forces have been very, very exclusive to specific locations, so it would kind of make sense. I mean, we were supposed to get that Paris colorway, which was like all over gray. That potentially could still be happening. Just definitely expect a lot more Off-White Nikes and Jordans to be coming back very, very soon. Now, when these are going to be releasing, some point fall 2025, we're not entirely sure, but seems like people already got them, so I would imagine relatively soon. Let me know what you think about this down in the comment section. Do you think it's a good thing that Nike and Jordan Brand are bringing back all of the Off-White stuff, or do you think it's bad? And take a look at this little wall of Air Forces. Which one would you love to see a release of? Personally, I really want to see this one right over here with the black midsole, the blue upper. I think that one, that just looking real good. Right, we just got a little leak for 2026 Jordans that I wanted to speed run through just to give you a little glimpse of what's happening next year. I know it's ages away, but we're just gonna speed run through this. No release dates, just like generally these are the Jordans that we know of right now that are gonna be dropping in 2026. First one, the Air Jordan 4 Flight Club. Personally, highly anticipating these, look great. The Air Jordan 4 Sierra Red also could be pretty cool. I'm liking this color combo. Air Jordan 3 Spring is in the Air. Okay, yep, pass. Air Jordan 6 Low Blackout. Interesting. Air Jordan 5 Wolf Gray. Already one of the most anticipated sneakers for next year. Air Jordan 6 Reverse Infrared. Same story. Air Jordan 13 Chicago's. Air Jordan 9 Flint Gray or French Blue. Oh, and that is it. So yeah, that's what we know of as of right now for 2026. Let me know. Do you think the next year is stacked? Because they're saying it's stacked. I think it's, you know, it's decent. I'm excited to see some new stuff, so we'll have to wait and see. But let me know which one are you going to be after next year. Man, this one's pretty funny. So we just got some images and a little bit of a video of Eric Costin previewing the upcoming Air Max 95 SB, one of the more controversial sneakers for sure. Here he is wearing them. He does a few different little tricks on the skateboard, and the comments are just basically like, what is going on there? Like, probably the worst silhouette to SB for skating functionality. I mean, I'm not a skater, but it looks like I would imagine like it makes sense that a Nike Air Max freaking 95 is not supposed to be skated in. The way he landed that flip says it all. What the hell are they doing over there? I can't imagine skating in these. Will be great as a casual shoe, and I like the colorway. There's not a single component of the shoe that is ideal for skating. Nike is just down so bad they are trying to slap SB on normal shit to drive a spike in sales. It's honestly getting kind of sad. I don't know. I mean, this is definitely a controversial shoe because I just don't know if skaters are really behind this one. But let me know down in the comment section what you think. These are going to be dropping relatively soon this year. Do you think Nike is taking the whole SB thing too far? Final story for today, and I apologize in advance, but take a look at these bad boys. What are we calling them? Best name for these things in the comments gets pinned, okay? I just want to hear what you guys have to name these things. That's going to be so hilarious. But yeah, this person, bro, literally took a pair of Fire Red 5s and put the goddamn cowboy boots on top. You know what the craziest thing is? It fits so well. It looks like something Nike would have done. Like, it doesn't look out of place. It looks exactly how it was supposed to be made. It's just that little merger right there. It almost looks like the Air Jordan 5 was made for this. At some point, the Jordan 5 just knew it was gonna become this. But there you have it, guys. Don't forget, we do this every single Wednesday and every single Sunday. So if you want to stay in the loop, make sure you subscribe to the channel, please and thank you. And if you want to catch another video, I'll throw one up right in this corner. It's a banger.